Hi, Brett. Oh, can you hear me?
There we go. My AirPods weren't connecting. I think we're good now. You guys hear me? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, I can hear you now.
Awesome. Okay. Okay.
Hi, Bonnie.
How's it going?
Whoops.
It's going. Trying to snap out of it here really quick. You should see my notes. They're like nothing.
And scratch. It's okay.
Not even
That's why
chicken
we're calling
scratch.
it a
Not
flash
even.
training.
What?
That's why we're calling it a flash training. We're just going with
Okay. Just.
All right. I'm gonna try to let everyone in as they come in. I'm so glad we got a bunch of people on. It's great. This is good. All right, what's up, guys? Happy June. So we are going to talk about getting some sales right away this month because we have some new shades coming and we're super excited. I just tried them all out. Did anyone get them yet? Shades of the season. They are pretty. No?
I'm gonna buy them on my party link.
I know.
I'm gonna get paid.
That's a good idea. I could not wait. I'm like, I'm getting them right now. Okay.
I haven't gotten mine yet.
Well, good thing for you guys. So many people already got them, and we're going to talk about that in a second here. So we've got me, Bonnie, Carrie, Jen, and Sam, and we're going to do a little flash training. Our leadership call got canceled today, so we're like, heck, why don't we do something with the team? So here we are. We're like just winging it. So bear with us, you guys. We are going to talk about the shades of the season. So they are released. They're available to artists like right now, right? You can go order them, but they're released to customers on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And don't ask me what the other time zones are. But we are going to give you guys some ideas on how to promote them, even when you don't have them, and how you can get active on Wednesday by selling these shades, okay? 12 p.m. Eastern time. Thanks, Jess. All right, so we are going to, where are my notes here? Okay, first we're gonna hear from Jen. She's gonna talk about if you don't have the shades and a couple other things. So take the floor, Jen.
Okay, hopefully, can you guys hear me? Britt, shake your head if you can. Okay. All right, if you don't have the shades, so some things that I've come up with is utilize swatches. You're going to have the swatches posted. They'll be in our groups, they'll be on the artist page, they'll be in the content channel. But with these, like, build hype. Let your customers know what's your favorite shade. Like, what one are you looking forward to? I know I'm so looking forward to August, and that is what I'm going to hype up in my group. I can't remember the names of the other ones. I actually have not opened mine yet. I know they came today, but we just got back from our trip. So build hype in your group about these swatches, even if you don't have them. Let your customers tell you their favorite. You know, what shade are you most likely looking forward to? And that will create conversations in your group also. The other thing that I like to do is post pictures of different skin types, different ages, on the lips. My shade on my lips looks completely different than it does on Carrie or Britt or anybody else. So it's nice for people to see 5 or 6 people in August, 5 or 6 people in another color. So let them see, you know, different ages, different skin types. And then the content channel is going to be huge, especially if you don't have the shades. You can still create fun graphics and stuff to put in there, but utilize other people's content from the content channel.
Stop talking, please.
Oh, sorry. You guys hear? So the content channel will be huge. You know, I know like Bonnie said, she didn't have the shades yet. She's going to be pulling stuff off of the content channel to share in her page. It should not be a reason not to share. So those were some of the things that I've come up with if you don't have the shades, but definitely if you, just because you don't have the shades, don't not share.
Yeah, guys, so I'm a prep leader. I don't have the shades of the season, but like when I just didn't hit the complete order, so then order them. So I won't have them. So what I'll do is I'll utilize the content channel like this week on Wednesday when I'll start pushing them out, like pushing them all week. And then when my stuff comes in, because it is shades of the season, then I can bring in, you know, my face, and obviously I'll share with you guys, but just so you can keep it going because it is shades of the season.
I know, I feel like hyping them up the first day that they're out is always like, that's what we're most excited about, right? But even if you get them down the road, it's totally fine to rehype them because they're going to be available for until what, September, end of September. So we have a while, but I feel like the closer you get to like the release date and creating that hype, like Bonnie said, the more exciting it is.
Well, yeah, and this is me. You don't have to say like they'll be here until end of September. I don't know. Do they say while supplies last? I don't remember. But like when I do all my, I just say like they're available to you as June 7th, and that's it. Like I let it up to my customers to think like, okay, it's shades of the season, like it's gonna last. But I'm not saying, well, you have your chance to order these until September. No, because I want my sort of June, you know, rocking off of these.
Yeah, I know. I don't think I'm even putting like the end date. It's just like, hey, these are here now. Like,
Not lying. It's just leaving out a little bit of information.
it's fine. Just leaving out important, non-important information. Oh, Chantel just said, be sure to share in your parties. Yes, that is like a huge one, especially like if they're doing a new compact. I mean, those are available for credit, right? Yeah, they usually are.
And old parties. Get in there.
And old parties, yeah. Everywhere, all the groups. All right, we got off on a tangent. Sam, you're up next.
Okay. So the girls kind of just were talking about already some of the ideas of how do we showcase these everywhere. You want to be so sick of talking about these shades by the time that you're done sharing it in all the places, okay? So it should be like my number one thing is live. I know a lot of artists are scared of doing that, but if you are comfortable, go live, go live, go live, especially with Facebook algorithm right now. It's being a beast and you're going to want to really play with that algorithm and go live. And a big tip I have for you is that before you guys plan to go live for these shades, do a really big engagement post in your group. Something that's going to get a lot of traction, has nothing to do with Saint, just silly stuff. Do you put your silverware in the dishwasher up or down? I think I got like 600 comments on that post one time. Like it was insane how many people had an opinion on whether your silverware go up or down. So post silly things in your groups or in your stories with like a question box to get people engaging. I will grab that, Jessica, to get people just engaging with you to boost your algorithm before you're going to go live with these. I always do that before a big launch. So that's my biggest tip. If you don't want to go live, a pre-recorded video is better than live. If you're scared to go live, reels, stories, your stories, you guys, there should always be something like, I feel like, especially this week with the shades of the season, to do with them every single day. Like once they expire in 24 hours, put something else up there. You could do a countdown. Always have something in your stories because people aren't Facebook crazy like we are, and they hop on once a day or really late at night and it could expire by the time that they see it. Okay. Your personal timeline. If you don't share things there very often, that's a great place to share the shades of the season, because when you post something in your group, like the amount of people that actually see it are not as much as you think. So sharing them on all the different platforms is why you want to do that. Your beauty groups, they mentioned old classes. And you guys, if you're not utilizing that cross post feature, I think you can post up to 3 groups in 3 groups at one time. Do that. That's going to save you a ton of time for posting in your old classes. And then when you're doing all of this, you guys, you really want to personalize it. I think Jen had a great idea on like, you want to use like pictures of yourself, of course, if you have the shades. Jessica May is amazing at putting all the lip colors on, each one and wiping it off, take another picture and showing that. So if you have that availability to, if you have the shades, you can personalize it by using your own face. I'm terrible. So I use other people's, but the way that, I personalize it is just like Jen said, sharing your thoughts. What's your favorite color? Share with your team or your customers what your favorite color is. Ask them what theirs is. Make it personal too when you're having conversations, because you should be getting in your DMs with your customers as well. You should be like, oh, I think August would be so pretty with your skin tone and the summer sun that you have right now. Like throw in that little thing and like tell your customers, I think this color would look amazing on you. That's going to go a long way. The arm swatches, you talk about layering shades. That's someone else is going to talk about upselling, but I feel like a lot of these shades will be really pretty layered or like an ombre look. Just really, I feel like that's how you personalize it. And your customers are going to be like, wow, she really, is like giving me recommendations of how I could wear these and how they would look good on me and how I could utilize them.
Melody and August together. Oh, so good. So pretty. I'm excited for those.
So, and you guys, just to touch on the stories thing. So Ryan has like 2 friends that are not on Facebook, but they're on Instagram, and they're never on like social media or whatever. But they both told me over last weekend, when they do hop in their social media, the only thing they really look at, other than like maybe a little 30-second scroll, is stories. And I'm like, okay, why? And they said, because it's like watching everybody on live TV, because it is 24 hours. So stories are huge. If you're not doing stories, like ask your mentor or somebody how to do them, and we will help you guys, because people thrive on that. It's like everybody's nosy and they want to know what you're doing. And that's the easiest and quickest way they can watch you. So make sure you're doing that.
And make sure in your stories, you're posting non-saint things too. Like no one's asking you if you're not comfortable to share your kids or like what that, but I mean, if you made a meal or a recipe or something, like stick that in there too, so that people are like, you're pulling them in to want to watch you because of the things that you're sharing. And it's not just one big saint commercial in your stories either. Mix it up.
Yep, for sure.
And even like, you don't have to use graphics. Like graphics honestly suck. I hate graphics, even though I make them a lot. Like using your face and like using, bringing the camera up and talking rather than posting a graphic of these colors is way more beneficial. If you don't know what a green screen is, you can go on like the Saint website and it's going to be behind, it's a green screen. So the website's going to be behind you and you can be like, look at these shades, like scroll through them, right? And you can be like, August, this one is like a semi-gloss, super pretty. It's like a glossy version of plum, and like go through and explain them. That's going to be way more beneficial than throwing up a graphic or swatches. So
that's a great idea, especially if you don't have the colors.
Yeah. And they're in your back office. You can do that, or you can go on Saint Gallery because there's the really good like description of them there too. So that'll work.
Love it.
Yes. All right. Bonnie's going to talk to us about upselling.
Hey guys. So this morning leaders got together and we're going to think of ways that we could help you guys share that. So a lot of the times when we are shooting for a goal, we share like a goal post or something like that. So whenever you guys are sharing, the 4 shades of the season, put in your post there that you have a goal to sell 22 shades of the season. That is getting you guys active. All of us want to get active because it's commission in our pockets and it helps your team. So you could do that. The other thing that you can do is if you don't want to just do shades of the season, because I have customers that I have already private messaged because I know they're like obsessed with shades of the season. And they've responded and been like, okay, those 2 wouldn't be for me. And then I instantly message them and I'm like, okay, but then you're gonna pay $4.95 in shipping. So I'll say, you know, you add onto your highlights or whatever. So upsells. So of course you're gonna do your post where you're gonna showcase the 4 shades of the season. The next post that you could do, and we can all work together to maybe come up with some graphics or a little video of this. But if you have customers that don't want all 4, you can say, okay, this would be the perfect time for you to add in your 2 highlights to refill your tins, because that'll get you up to $50 so you don't have to pay for shipping. I have been sharing a lot lately about the brush soap, and people are obsessed. Every time I do a post, I get at least 3 or 4 sales. Like, so even if you show your before and afters with that, so you could do something where you're like, okay, ladies, if you only love, you know, 1 of these or 2 of these shades of the season, go get a brush cleaner, go get a brush soap, something like that. The other thing that you can add on is a brush to apply it. Obviously, the other thing that we have, I know in the content channel somewhere, or it's been floating around, is where somebody takes the lip and cheek and they swatch it on each side of the cheek, and then they put vanilla dust on the other side and then not the vanilla dust. And then she goes like this, you know, and then you see like the one smear. So that could be your upsell, saying, you guys, it's hot this summer. Like if you're going to grab only 3 of the lip and cheeks from shades of the season, grab that vanilla dust so you can show like how it really stays on. That's a huge upsell that you could do. Brush cleaners, and like Sam talked about, like layering them, you can do that as well. A lot of the times when I do my lives, just to change it up with people because they're afraid of bronzer, is I'll put my bronzer on first and then I'll layer it. So I mean, we could honestly just come up with a compact where it's 2 shades of the season, vanilla dust and a bronzer, and they're like set for, you know, summer or whatnot too. But the big thing too is just going to be saying, you know, how can I help you get up to the $50 so you're not paying shipping? Think about it, you guys. Anytime you shop at Kohl's, I mean, I've said this before to you guys, so you're probably annoyed, but anytime you're shopping at Kohl's, they put that little bubble at top and it says, if you spend $11 more, you'll get free shipping. And we all do it, right? So why not like do the same showcasing that we do with Saint? I think that was all I had for notes.
I really love that. The how can I help you save $4.95? Because they're going to be like, oh, she cares and is trying to help me.
The other thing Sam had mentioned too, I did this weekend. I reached out to a gal that is obsessed with all the shades of the season. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this would look beautiful on you with your favorite shade that's plum. You know what I mean? And she was just like, oh my God, you're right. Like, so just putting it in their head, how they could layer it or how they could wear it is really going to help them. The other thing too, I just want to say, I'll talk about this at the end. So that's all I got for now. I'll come back.
I feel like, you know, like, you know, your customers that love bold colors, right? And Jolene is like bold. I put it on, I was like, fuck. But like, you know, those people, right, that like the reds and the bold. So I would definitely reach out to them about this color because it is bold. It is red.
So, and
The other
that I usually do is I'll showcase the 4 of them and then I'll say, you know, which one's for you, or I'll say, you know, which one wouldn't you like? And I do this quite a bit. And if they're like, oh, Jolene's going to be way too red with me, the next day I'm going to find a way that I can dim down Jolene. You know what I mean? So layering it with something else, be like, you guys, it might be too bold on its own, but look how pretty it is paired with another shade or bronzer.
That's what's so fun. That's what's so fun about these colors is like, I would probably never wear Jolene personally alone on my cheeks because of like how bright it is and how it makes my cheeks almost look more red. But you add Frenchie to that and it's a whole other color. Like, it can be customized to anybody, you know, like people love Frenchie, but it can wash some people out, like darker skin tones. Well, perfect. Well, Jolene mixed with Frenchie. I haven't even tried it yet, but like you already know it's going to be like a bomb shade. So,
right.
The other thing right now that is major is getting a new shade match. Everyone's been tanning. Like, you need to promote the heck out of that. Even I myself, I am adding that to my email. And I'm also sending out like a text thread soon that's like, hey, like, I know it's been super nice out. You probably have a tan. Reply to this message with a selfie and we can get you rematched. Like, and there's those I have one myself. I'll share it to you guys when we're done here, but it's like that awful graphic where your highlight doesn't match your neck and it looks horrible. Like, that's I feel like those are really triggering posts. Like, dang, I don't want to look like that. For sure.
It would even be fun to make your own of like putting on a shade that you know was too light.
Yeah, it's really easy.
And taking a selfie and being like, you know, and then shared that. That's going to be like, whoa.
Yeah, whoops. That's a
Mirage.
good idea.
Take a picture.
Everyone use Versailles.
People will be
Versailles.
scrolling like, what is this girl doing? Like, it'll catch attention majorly.
Yeah, exactly.
And showing what your colors look like with like me, because I wear so much sunscreen on my face. Just even mango is not dark enough, and the difference of adding bronzer, that's another $16 upsell to show people like, okay, you might have the right match here, but you still need that sun-kissed glow. You need bronzer.
Yeah, exactly. All right, last up, we've got Carrie. Carrie's going
Okay.
to talk about collaborating with your team and kind of doing like a challenge type thing.
Yeah. Okay. So first bullet point I'm going to talk about is helping your team sell. So first of all, most of us have like smaller teams. So making sure that your team knows what's going on, get in those group chats and just make sure that they're aware. First off, if you're like for this Zoom, make bullet points. Like if you're like, oh, why didn't I take notes? Well, go back and take notes, because literally you can share so much good information with your team. So go back, take notes, and take those bullet points and put them in your group chats, message your directs, making sure that they're just aware of the sale, because it can really put someone back on track if they've been feeling kind of off of sync, or like they want like something exciting to look forward to. This is something that could get someone like back into it. Like, oh, these shades are so much fun. Like, this makes me want to share again. So making sure that your girls are first off just aware of what's going on. I know even for me personally, it's like, ooh, this is exciting to talk about. Like, I want to try that now. So it's getting me excited to try the new shade. So making sure that your team is just aware of like what's going on can really spark someone's interest to get excited about the business again.
Can I chime in just for a second?
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys too, though, like, I don't even care if you have one person on your team or you have 30, private message everybody, because seriously, I know it's all shared in the chats and you're probably like, oh, Susie, Sally, and Kelly all know about it. They were in the chats. They saw it. They probably did it. So seriously, private message everybody on your team, or even if you have a Saint bestie, just be like, hey, Sally, you saw this, right? Like, just because like there's so much stuff that goes through the chats, I guarantee you somebody has missed it. So just make sure you're doing it.
For sure.
Or yeah, that is huge, 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 huge. And give them tips on how it can help them. Like you could say, like, if you got active or you got to $400 in sales, like this is how much your paycheck would be. Like really paint the picture for them when you're having that conversation of why they want to push these shades.
Mm-hmm. Right. So another one is collaborating like as a team. So something that you could do together as a team, like Bonnie was kind of talking about those goalposts, like you can share in your group chats, or like they said, you don't have to be like in the group chat or share directly with somebody like, hey, I'm doing this goalpost. Like, do you want to do it with me? Something like that would be a really good idea. And then, or like the vanilla dust. That was an upsell Bonnie was talking about, and how, you know, you can put the lip and cheek on this side, like try to make that like a fun, like share with your team that you like completed that task or completed that live or made a video, share that video with your team, and make sure that they have some fun ideas that they could do. If anyone else wants to chime in on that, go right ahead.
Yeah,
I love the buddy thing. I can't tell you how many of the girls on my team are pairing up and buddying, and just they're collaborating, and
there's more of a connection there than a big group chat.
They're bouncing ideas off of each other. They're helping each other. They're empowering each other, especially if you get to having a bigger team. Like it's a lot on just you to be connecting with everybody. So, you know, just like, who needs a buddy? And I couldn't believe how many girls in my chat were like, I want one, who what, you know, and they're like, I'll work with you. It creates so much good team culture. So
yes,
highly recommend doing that.
Yeah. And like another,
like a little checklist of, because like I said, these come out on Wednesday, but you can promote them like all week. So having a checklist and keeping each other accountable of, did you post it in your stories? Did you post it in your group? Did you talk about it, you know, on your page? So just keeping everyone accountable that way.
Britt and her checklist.
Yeah.
I
or
love
like,
it.
Like another cool thing is like collaborating with a buddy is like having them go live. Someone who's like a different skin tone, different hair color, different eye color, everything. Just reach out to someone, be like, hey, would you want to go live in my group? Or not even go live, but even if it's like a little video. But I guess that's what the content channel's for. We all have those, I guess, too. But getting someone, you know, collaborating, you know, with the teammate too, on someone who just looks different shades, different colors, and getting those colors in your beauty group, because obviously everyone's different. So it's nice to see it on other people.
Exactly.
Let's see.
Okay, Britt, before you do
Creating
your
a challenge I have next too.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Sam, you were gonna say something?
No, go ahead.
No.
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. So like, I guess did I already cover creating a
Yeah.
challenge?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
kind
was
of.
the other one? Collaborate and
did.
helping team. So
Yeah,
I don't know
you're
if
good.
anyone else wants to add anything to that.
I think you did. That's great. You're just
Yeah,
making
kind
sure
of
that your
like-
team knows what's going on, making sure
Yeah.
that they know about it.
Right. Grab that buddy. Grab that person that you can connect with too. Share ideas.
What were you gonna say, Bonnie?
Before you do the email thing, I just wanted to share. So a lot of us have already seen the St. Gallery being shared about the brush blitz that's going to be happening starting, was it June 12th?
Yep.
You guys, I highly recommend you don't say diddly squat about that until after this week. What do we always say to you guys? Share what you can sell now. You can't sell the brush sale to the 12th. Sit there and focus on, I mean, every single day I will be sharing nonstop about these shades of the season until probably like maybe the 10th or the 11th, because you're going to have people that can buy them now. If you start talking about those brush deals, they're gonna be like, I'll just wait till the 12th to get my shades of the season. No, you want them to buy the shades of the season now. And then you want them to come back on the 12th and buy all the brush stuff. I don't even know what it all is yet, but I'm just saying,
And
like,
they will. And they will. They
Right.
will buy
Right.
this week and they will buy next week. I
Right.
promise.
And if you want to start June off strong, that's the way to do it. Do not talk about the brush thing until it's way closer to that.
Okay. That's
Agree.
good. That's a good idea. Yeah.
Also, you're going to have your customers going to be like, oh my God, all this stuff is going on. So if you can just give them one thing to focus on right now, that's going to help all the confusion. And then you can talk about the brush thing on the 12th. And then after that, you can start bringing in the shades of season again. Like I just always say, like, you don't have to listen to me.
And behind the scenes, I feel like if you are struggling to get classes behind the scenes, not publicly, message somebody that you want to be your hostess and you can let them know about the brush sale or when it gets closer, or do lip and cheeks. Like use these things as leverage to be like, hey, everyone's going to be shopping. This would be a great time to be a hostess and get everything for free.
Private message.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Privately, not publicly.
And if you
Behind
don't
the
know
scenes.
if you don't know what we're talking about, they corporate just announced that they're having a brush blitz, which is bundles of brushes that are going to be on sale starting June 12th.
They were huge last year.
Yes,
huge.
it was a big thing. I'm excited for them. So
yeah, that's a good one.
We'll guys that next week, but let's just sit tight on
I
the
know,
shades.
right? Yeah, for sure. We're talking about shades of the season right now.
Oh yeah, that's right. Shit.
Okay, so I am going to, I feel like this is a big thing. I get asked a ton when I share this, is about my emails that I send out. So you guys can, like, don't get me right, social media is freaking amazing, right? We can do so much with social media, and you can post and post and post, and sometimes those posts are not going to be seen. As much as we post, you see those numbers on your group, like seen by this many people, right? So I have really been into email campaigns lately, because you are getting it directly in someone's inbox. They are going to see you no matter what, right? They're going to see your name up there. If they click on it or not, whatever, but they're going to see an email from Britt Banky and they might open it. So I'm going to show you guys
what a email campaign is, because seriously, like 6 months ago, I had no, like, you would have said that to me and I'd have been like, what the frick balls is a campaign? Like, what does this entail? And it scared me.
Okay, so sorry. Yes. An email campaign is basically sending out this mass email to your customer base about, a promotion, or I send out a newsletter every month. So that's like something where you can talk about you know, what's going on this month, promote what's happening in Saint. You can do an email campaign for a sale. You can do an email campaign for a new release. So anything that's kind of important or like the next up and coming thing in Saint is considered a campaign. So I love to send out emails for this type of thing because, like I said, it gets to your customers' inbox, it gets directly to them, and I like to use Canva to create them. So I'm going to share my screen so you guys can kind of get an idea on how to do this. Now, once you create this email, there's a ton of different platforms that you can utilize to actually send it out. And that's where things get a little bit like, where do I go now, right? So you can decide if you want to utilize the Saint app, which is very user-friendly. They also have a website as well. Or you can utilize, depending on how many customers you guys have, that's a big, big thing. If you have under, I want to say like 500 customers, you can just utilize your personal email. Like if you have a Gmail, you can easily send things out that way. If you have more than that, then you're going to want to utilize like Project Broadcast or Jotform or something like that, so you can get an email sent out to a wider spread. And when we're done here, I'm going to post in Savvy all those different ways that you can send out an email so that you can just click and go, and there's like a little tutorial on how to do it, okay?
That'd be awesome.
Getting the actual email made, there's a lot of different ways that you can do it, but my favorite and my very like just user-friendly is always Canva. So I'm going to share my screen really quick here so you guys can watch me. I'll just show you how I do it. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to bring up Canva here. Now you can do this in the free version or the paid for version. I do have the paid for version just because I use it so much. But if you guys don't use Canva already, it is a massive tool for your business that is very, very simple. Like you can see here, I have my designs up that I utilize a lot. Like I have this layout right here for eyeshadow graphics that I use. I have layouts that I just remake for our flash bashes. Just so many different things. So if you're looking to make an email, all you're going to do is come here and type in email, and it's going to give you a list of different things that you can pick from. I always do the email newsletter, and look at all of these. I mean, there's a billion different templates already set up for you. You can scroll through and like find what fits your vibe most, you know, or even if you want to do, you can apply filters so that like, okay, you can do a summer one, right? We want it summery and we want black and white, right? So we're going to find, obviously you guys don't want black and white, but that's me. You're just going to find something that you like. So I love this one, nice and clean and simple. I'm going to customize this template. And it brings you to the editing right here. So now you can go in, you can change these words, you can change these pictures, and you're just gonna add in whatever you want. So I'm gonna grab this picture that I have on my desktop here of the new shades. We're gonna pop that, maybe not, we're gonna not pop that in, we're just gonna lay that over. That's not an actual frame, but see how you can just add your own pictures in and just make it your own. And then when you're done doing all of this, I could spend hours on Canva, you guys. I'm just obsessed with creating my own stuff on here because it's so simple. I have, you can see pictures that I already have uploaded over here. You can add the swatches in, type out, you know, make sure to add your own face as well. I feel like that's like one of the biggest things is, see, I'm really focused right now. Just follow their exact template and put Saint pictures over the top of the pictures that they have already and just type it in. It doesn't have to take you hours. It can be very, very simple by following the template that they already have. What was I saying? Oh, adding in, you know, a picture of yourself, probably in this top one right here would be best. Even if it's not a shade of the season, that's okay. Just so that they can automatically see your face pop up on there. I like to add in I have like a little header that I have that's pre-made somewhere. I don't know where it is, but I like to always add that in at the top. Mary, did you have a question?
Yeah, I
What's
like
up?
technology. Hi. What is this Canva program called again?
It's just canva.com.
Okay, and so can you share pictures between different people's accounts with Canva?
You can. Well, it depends. If you can see up here, it says share. You can share like the link for this if someone wants to utilize this same layout, they can. But you can upload all of your own photos, or like say you
Okay.
take pictures from the content channel, save those
Right.
pictures and then upload them here.
Okay, I'm new. What do you mean by the contact channel?
The
The
content
content.
channel? Are you not familiar with that? Oh my God. The content channel is on Telegram. And so
Okay.
that's another app. Do you have Telegram?
Yes, I have that. I have that.
Okay. Okay. So when we're done here, I can send you the link for Telegram. And it's basically this channel that all of our team shares pictures on. And you can just take those pictures and use them. There's videos, all different things. And
Right.
it's just a really great
Okay.
tool. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay, so the other cool thing that you can do with Canva is add links, because there's so much. I could spend hours on this, and I know I really do need to do an actual Canva training for you guys. But if you want to add a link, where am I here? We're going to, no, I don't know where adding the link is, but I will figure it out. You can add different, I mean, if you say you don't like these stars, you can take those stars out and add different stars in. Or if you want to add any type of different colors or backgrounds, you can change everything. But having this email ready to go for, I personally am going to send out my email when the shades are available on Wednesday. So I'll probably send it out at 11 o'clock and have like a title of, you know, new shades, or open this to see something new, or, you know, a catchy kind of title to bring up. So then once you're done creating this, you're just going to click share, and you're going to download it, and JPEG, or not JPEG, whatever this one is, that's usually the best one. And you're just going to download that, and then it's going to come up as a PDF, and you're just going to put this, when you go to create your email, you're just going to put this in your email, and it's going to be all of the same information for this new release, and it'll be right at your, you know, customers' fingertips. And you can also put a link, like say this will be your link to order right here versus this website. So cool. All right, someone else raised their hand. Jess May, what's up?
So when you add a link, does it have to be downloaded as a certain file type for the link to work? Do you know if it does? Because I feel like for some reason I've played around with it and it's like worked but not worked, but I'm not sure on that. So I just wanted to ask to see if you know.
Whenever I download it as the ping, is that what it's called? A ping
PNG
file? PNG, it works fine for me. So that's just always what I stick with.
And then you will pop that into your email and the links will work. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what I did. Maybe I'm just thinking of something wrong, but I thought I would ask.
Yeah, and a lot of times too, if you're utilizing like Jotform, is that what you can send emails with Jotform, right?
I don't know. I use Jotform. I don't know if you can.
So
Does anybody does Project Broadcast do emails? Because I'd use that and I haven't looked into that yet. Does anybody know?
I don't know if they do emails.
I was going to say, ask Haley if she's on. She said Project Broadcast can't, Visly can.
Visly, yeah. So
You guys, I have a question. What do you use for a contact manager? Is there a contact manager in Canva that you can use? No?
What do you mean?
You can make put all your contacts in it so you can send from one spot to a group.
In Canva, that's a good question.
I don't think you can put contacts in Canva, can you?
I know you can send this as an email directly from here, but you would have to add each email individually. Yeah. So depending on how many contacts you have.
It doesn't save them.
Right.
It doesn't save the contacts, right?
Right. You just have to redo it every time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So that's why I feel like the best option is the Saint app. And Jess, you used to use that, right?
No, I still use the Saint app for emails. That's that's my go-to. That's my jam. That's what I use. But I just recently got Project Broadcast and I haven't fully dived into it and I was just wondering. But now that I'm talking about it all, my idea that I just had was if you guys use texting or Project Broadcast, Brett, you can make this into a link to send to people. And when they click on it, this newsletter pops up, right?
Right.
So you could even say, click here to see more about the shades of the season in a text. And you can click on that and this will pop up, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. You can text or email with this.
Yeah, for sure. Love it. Okay. I think it's another, I think I'm going to stop. Is there any other questions on Canva and creating this while I'm in here? I'm going to stop screen sharing. You guys can come off mute if you want to, because I can't see the chat.
I'm interested in a training on this if you can do it one time.
Yeah. You know what? We'll plan that this week. I pinky promise. We will get on a Canva training and I'll show you all my favorite things to use. You can do a landing page on Project Broadcast. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. What was I gonna say? I just had a really good idea and I forgot what it was. Oh,
hey,
someone
Brett,
asked
I
if
have a question.
Yeah.
Do you do a text and an email or just an email?
That's what I was gonna answer. For this one, I'm just doing an email because now initially I was gonna do a text, but because I just heard about the brush splits coming up, I'm saving my text for that. But it's a totally personal preference. Like if if I feel like sometimes I don't like to bombard it with text too much, whereas I feel like if I did this and the brush splits, it might be too much, but some people don't care and might as well.
No, that's a good idea. Thanks.
Yeah. All right. I think that's it. Any other questions, you guys? Are we excited for this?
I vote Jess May does a training on sending an email through the Saint app at some point.
No, I feel like we have that somewhere.
Do we?
I have made videos.
Yeah.
I have them.
Yeah.
They're long, so every time I try to send them, it's weird. So I don't know how to get it to people other than like emailing it to them because that's the only thing that ever works. And yeah, I mean, I tried putting it on YouTube, but I made it private, and then nobody could watch it, so I didn't know what I did. And this is weird. You guys know I don't suck at technology. For me to be like, I don't know what I did wrong is a problem. So I do have videos made for the Saint app of how to create an email and how to upload your contacts. But I mean, I can do it again.
That is sweet.
I mean, if you can find those, even if you can upload them into Savvy, we can put it into a guide.
They're like 10 minutes long, like 5 minutes long though. Because I was like actually making them and doing it. And it was totally on the fly. It wasn't like a planned, I made it all beautiful and organized and pre-made. I was like literally uploading my shit. Sorry.
I think that would still be fine. And then if somebody wants to like walk through it and do it step by step with you, that's not a bad idea.
That's a good. Well, I mean, so my question is, should I do it as a Zoom with, I don't know.
I mean, that would be fine. If you want to do it as a Zoom, we can just record it. And if someone wants to hop on and ask questions while you're doing it, I mean, why not, right?
Yeah, because I don't have the one where I'm creating the email. It's not it's really old, so it wasn't when I was using a Canva template and importing it. So I feel like it's just not as like connected to what you just showed. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, well, whatever. I'll talk to you
We'll figure
later.
it out.
I'm
Yeah.
taking up time.
We'll figure it out. All right, you guys. Thank you for hopping on. I'm excited. We're going to sell some makeup on Wednesday. And any questions, always feel free to reach out to your mentor, or if you need help with anything, you guys know we're always here. So have a great Monday, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.